Hey, it's Tom here. Good news. We're opening up our one-to-one platinum mentoring program when we have 2 spots available right now. So if you're looking for a mentor to give you the guidance, support, accountability, and all of the systems to ensure you're going to make 6 figures in the next 12 months, even if you're a complete beginner, you have no prior experience and you don't have any good technical skills, you want to go to ltsmentor.com. That's ltsmentor.com. You're going to fill in a short application and you're going to book a call so you can speak to myself and the team. So go to ltsmentor.com to apply now.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Launch 6 podcast. You're here with me, Tom, and Casper, the Three Musketeers. We're here, we're caffeinated. And in this episode, we want to go into more of the mindset side, the side that really drives, like 80-20, Pareto's law. 80% of business really is about mindset. I mean, a lot of guys, be honest, I'll be really honest. If you go into business going, I just want the technique, I want the tool, and boom, nah, you're going to fail. I'll be honest, you're going to fail. The biggest part about this is the ability to push forwards. It's that mindset, your reason why, what you're doing. It's so important. And one of those elements is triggered. And we believe this strongly. We've experienced this. It's triggered. That first dollar online, it's the same first bit of money as a business. It's huge. First bit of money, whenever that cycle, the first thing that is so important. And this is why we really want to dedicate an episode to talking about this, because it honestly, this is one of the most powerful things. I've been in property. That first bit of rent you receive. I've started businesses, that first bit of money, but that first dollar online.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, you proved yourself as possible.
You've proved yourself.
The concept is possible for you. I think that's the big thing.
You've proved it.
Right?
Yeah. So, I mean, to share with you guys, one of the reasons why is this important. So this is really important because it kicks off a phenomenon known as a feedback loop. And a feedback loop is so important because it's what creates the momentum for you to push forwards mentally and in the business, to be honest. You make your first dollar online, that dollar goes back into marketing, into growing the business. It makes you more dollars, and so on and so forth. You personally, that feedback loop, you have proven to yourself, boom. So you go, yes, that works for me. I'm going to do more of that because I want more money back. You get more money back. You go, I'm going to do that again. That feedback loop is so important. And I mean, generally, feedback loops are the reason that in the world, people, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer because they're in that feedback loop. So it's so important, that cycle of achievement, of growth. I mean, what other reasons, I mean, Tom, Casper, what other reasons that first dollar, how was it for you guys? That's another question, just to, we're going to share some personal experience.
Great question. For me, it was kind of quite funny, actually. I made my first dollar online when I was 13 years old. And this was in the early days of the internet. I'd learned that you can get money for displaying ads on your website. So what I decided to do was I created a very basic website with my very basic coding skills back then, and it was a photography blog where I just threw a whole bunch of pictures of random stuff that I'd photographed throughout my life, and just plastered it with all of these ads. And I asked all of my friends to go visit that page and click on the ads. And I saw my account balance creep up slowly, and I got really excited. But then it kind of plateaued because what I failed to realize is that there needed to be a lot of traffic for this to actually be profitable. So I gave up on that idea because I didn't really have a popular website that was getting a lot of traffic, and I just put the idea aside for many years, for well over a decade, until I actually fully realized the potential. But yeah, once I switched on advertising, once I actually started generating a lot more traffic, then the whole business model really started to make sense and it took off. So that was my story.
Here's a fantastic thought. I mean, I want to ask you again how that felt, but that's a really good point of where having a mentor, having someone to guide you, is so valuable. How did you feel? Like, what did that spark? Was it, that
Well,
first
it was
dollar
more than my pocket money at that time. It was more than my parents were giving me for candy.
Nice.
It wasn't a lot. It was double-digit dollar figures,
Yeah,
but it was a lot of money for a 13-year-old.
Hey,
remember, I couldn't get a job anywhere. I couldn't even get a paper round. I was too young. So this was my only real source of money. I remember I didn't even have an international bank account, so they mailed me a check. And I went to my bank and I tried to cash in this US dollar check, and the transaction fee actually ate up most of my profits. So I was really gutted about that. But whatever was left over, I was really, really proud about, because I was this 13-year-old that had made money online. Nobody else my age had, or nobody else around me was even kind of considering this as a business model, because this was still the very early days of the internet. This was before Gmail was even a thing. So this was
that's
really,
awesome,
really
though. Thanks for sharing it, though. Tom, how about you, mate?
Yeah, no, for me it was life-changing. Yeah, for sure. When I made the first amount of money online, it was just, all my hard work and the beliefs and moving forward, following a roadmap, it all paid off. Even if and it's never normally a dollar. You normally make like 100 or 50 or 500 or something like that. But yeah, it's a breakthrough that you can see that it's possible and what you're capable of. So yeah, you never go back. For example, I could use, for me personally, you never go back because you've got the belief. So your belief is validated. And I guess that's what a feedback loop is. And I think a lot of the only reason people aren't making money online is their belief. That's the only reason. So their belief not to take action because they don't believe it. For example, I wouldn't get on the plane to Australia and book my flights and tickets and all that stuff if I didn't believe it was there, right? You get on the plane because you're at the vacation time and the holidays there. You have to have that belief. And then when you make that first amount of money, it just goes, yep, this is it. Because a lot of people would say, they listen to the podcast and in their mind, they can't feel the feeling of how it feels because they've not done it. So when you do it, it's just like, oh man. And I've seen it with all my friends. I've had some friends that have started off completely broke, like, really broke. And then they've gone on to make a couple of million online. And I was with them in the coffee shop, seeing their first $8 sale. And now they're millionaires now.
That's awesome.
Millions. Yeah, I've seen it. So you start small and then you build up. But yeah, I agree with what you said there, Thomas. It's the feedback loop, right? How about for you, man? What about for you? What was your feeling? There's more to it. I could do a 2-hour episode. I struggled to do 10-minute thing. I could talk about it. There's a lot more for me. I mean, it really changed my entire reality, to be honest. And I'm more confident than ever. Yeah. But what about for you, man? How did it improve your life in general and your?
No, I do remember that first payment. I remember it came through on Stripe, and I remember walking up to my dad in the garage and saying to him, just first sales come through, and he's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, not met this person, not spoken to this person, they've given me money. And he's like, nah. And I'm like, yeah, look at it. I just showed him my phone with this payment that had come through, and he's like, what?
And let me ask you a question. There's more payment. Have you taken more action since that's come in?
You bet I have. Like, I mean, it made it real. Like, it made it real. And I was like, hey, I want to see more of that. And like, it kicked that off. I always talk about this with our students. I talk about smelling the leather. And so it's linking that monetary goal with something real, because at the end of the day, if you're making 100 grand a month and you can't touch it, what good is that to you? Whereas the moment you link that, that's going to pay my mortgage, that's going to pay my my bills, that's going to pay my holiday, all of a sudden these things become real. So I always say to anybody, like, me and Casper are massive into our cars, guys, so hence you'll hear a lot of car analogies. But I would always say, like, if you've got like a dream, go and try and taste it. Go and try and realize a little bit, because it helps with putting that, making it real in your mind. So if there is, hence the smell the leather, not anything kinky. Well, I won't go into that one here, but hence the going over. If you've got a dream car, try and go and see it in the showroom. Try and sit down in it. Try even go for a test drive in that dream car. Smell the leather, because that links that part of the brain in my mind. So it will, you see that first, whatever it is, $50, $100, whatever it is that comes through. I can't remember what it was for me. It's like 397. I can't remember, something like that comes through. Bam. I'm going, right. Okay. So I need 100 more of these payments. I need 200 more of these payments. And that's going to be
that's the thing.
So and so forth.
One payment, you can get 1 million payments. You just need to scale it.
Absolutely.
That's what changed for me. For me, I was like, let's be honest, 50, I think, or whatever it was. I think for mine, it was a couple of thousand. I was like, that's great, but I can't live off that forever, right?
Yeah.
I was like, but let me audit what I did to make it happen, and how can I do that in a bigger way? And then you start attracting all these things in your life. You start seeing people that are making 10 million, 100,000, 1 million. You're like, hang on a minute, I just want to make 5,000 a month. And it seems easy now. So when you started, it was hard. Now it's easy. That's the difference. And I know there's people listening to this, you don't get it yet, but if you don't quit, you're going to succeed. And the best way to do that is by really getting in a group mastermind will help you for sure.
Yeah. Having your network is your net worth. Having those people around you who can share their space is so important. I mean, that's another podcast episode in its own right, around the right people to have around you, because it is so important. Because as I started off with 80-20, 80% of being successful in business is that mindset, and you need to work on it. It's something that needs to be worked on, and the people around you contribute to that. So guys, thank you so much once again for lending us your ears. It's been really good fun. We love to do this for you guys. So there's more to come. Stay tuned. And as always, check out the Launch to Six podcast, Launch to Six forum. Excuse me, you're on the podcast. Check out the Launch to Six forum. Check out ltsmentor.com. And you guys can come and book a call with us. And yeah, we will catch you on the next one. Take care. All the best.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
Hey guys, it's Tom Ash. We hope you guys have enjoyed the episode as much as we've loved putting it together for you. Please guys, do us a huge favor. Hit that love button, hit that subscribe button, and review us on Apple iTunes. We do read the comments. We want to improve our content and give you guys the best that we've got. Equally, the best comment, guys, we will shout you guys out, and we are giving out free courses. So guys, please come hit that love button, leave us a review, and we'll catch you on the next podcast, guys. All the best. Take care.